All right, let me get set up. I'm set up. Let me see how you're
I like
looking.
those socks.
Yeah, they're First Form socks.
I know
Out,
that.
Shout out. They I'm still an ambassador with them, and so I get the way their ambassador program works. It's actually pretty cool. To be a part of it, you have to pay $115 a month, but it's in a gift card. So that's where their way of like knowing to use your supplements.
So you have to use it?
Yeah, and I didn't have. I'm like stocked up on the subs of like the multivitamins and stuff. So I was like, oh, freshies, and they were on sale, and they're super Yeah, you know that like fresh new sock
They're the
feeling
best.
when you put them on.
Literally
I
the
literally
best.
just had that a few minutes ago.
Wait, they're brand new.
Brand new.
They look like I have a pair of Bombas.
Yeah,
And they
yeah,
have
yeah.
the stripe on the top like that.
Yeah.
And they're like super comfy.
These are my comfy socks for sure.
so good.
Yeah, and we're vibing. I'm sockless. You're shoeless.
The opposite. I'm sockless. You're shoeless.
That was so bad. But you're right.
Yeah.
You called me.
Yeah.
You caught me off guard. All right, dude. We're real quick too. So today is the 5th. Happy 4th of July, everyone.
Big
Hope
time.
everyone had an awesome and safe weekend. It's what a beautiful weekend. We got beautiful weather. We're at the Jersey Shore again, and
Appreciate
dude,
all our boys in the military out there.
the best place on earth. Shout out. Free shout out.
Luke McCoy.
The boys.
The
We're gonna
boy.
be sending them. Should we be?
No, we'll send them some. We're sending them some merch.
we can tell them.
We're gonna send them some merch.
All right, we're gonna send them a little goodie bag because God, I love the troops out there.
Oh, yeah.
On the real, like with 4th of July, with Independence Day, we get to spend our time on the beach, spend our time with our friends. They are out there fighting for us.
Big time.
So, shout out Luke. Shout out the boys. Where are they at?
Kuwait.
Kuwait.
He's in Kuwait.
We're gonna send them a nice little care package.
Hell yeah.
But before we get started, dude, so we recorded the last 2 episodes a while ago.
Yeah.
But when we were doing that, I want to give you a shout out because that was episode 26. This is 20. Was this 26? Or is that 25? This is 26 and 27.
Cool.
So if I'm correct, 25. That was the Sunday that was your last day of the Steps Challenge. The boy
That
won.
was so long ago.
The boy won the Office Steps Challenge.
Wait, was that here? That was here.
That was here. Yeah. But I want to give you a shout out because, dude, can you what were those final numbies that you had that week? Like, how many steps did you have that week?
You're really bringing this up.
I have to because the reason I want to do this is because this past week I was talking to someone. I was breaking down the numbers of what you had to hit daily. Wasn't it 40K daily?
40K daily.
I don't know if any of you guys have hit 40K steps in a day, let alone 7 days straight. Dude, I gotta give you credit. I did a 15-mile run
shit,
today.
I'm calling someone.
Don't do that.
I know.
I did a 15-mile run today, just to put it in perspective for everyone, and I'm at 32,000 steps. Listen to these numbies real quick. This is starting from Monday, June 9th to Sunday, June 15th. 40,000, 41,000, 40,000. Thursday, you had a tough day, 36.
I had a client event in the city and I couldn't get it in. I was so mad.
40K, 43K, 46K. Dude, that's nuts. Now looking back on it, you're like, yo, that's crazy.
It's definitely crazy. It's psychotic, but in a way that like it sounds so corny, but it's almost like you can really do whatever you like set your mind to do. Like my mission for that week was like I'm getting these 40,000 steps no matter what. And like the one day I missed, I knew I had to make it up the next day. That's why I hit 46 and 43 after that. But like you can really like we make excuses for a lot of stuff. If you want something to happen and like you can make it happen on your own.
Bro, I said it to everyone at that start of the challenge.
I
was like, it's an absolute no-brainer. I know who's winning. I said it from the beginning. I said your name from the beginning because I knew Nick wasn't going to win because he had the marathon coming up. I just knew that week 1 through 3 didn't matter because whatever you had to put in week 4, it was going to get done.
I was sneak attacking that.
It
guy.
was awesome. I just...
my body was broken.
broken.
Yeah.
And our minds were broken. Actually,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
those last 2 pods were awesome.
They were great, but I
can't-
was tired.
I was we were both
Yeah,
we were both
done.
tired, but it was a goodie. But dude, the reason I brought that up is because I'm dead right now, and again, I still haven't hit that 40K, and I was on my feet all day. It's impressive.
Dude, the
Shout out you.
the concept of like the last Saturday and Sunday, from a guy who like doesn't run or barely runs, thinking back.
That's the other thing.
No,
dude.
thinking back now, because like I haven't run much since. I actually went for a run yesterday, but it was the first time in like a little
I
while.
saw on Strava 6 miles. I pay attention.
I think it's absolutely puts me in the lunatic category that I would wake up here, run 10 miles, and then run another 10 at night. Like
Yeah.
20 miles a day, 2 sessions. That's wild.
It's psycho,
For never running.
and I love every second.
It's
of it.
weird. It's honestly weird.
So what happened the following week? I'm sure you obviously really brought it back, but have you kept up with any of those habits? Like just like the movement in general or the runs or anything?
No, so I think this goes to like I've run since, but not habitually, and I was walking habitually before, but I haven't walked as much since. And it kind of goes to what we always talk about, where it's like you don't want to be in all or nothing, because I was all in on this challenge, and then you accomplish the goal, and now it's nothing. Like I didn't create a habit. I created more of like I'm gonna accomplish this and then go from there. And like I went all in and didn't pick up any good habits.
I get that, but it's different when you're talking about extreme situations. For example, Nick's marathon, any of the races I've done, like I totally get what you're saying, but in those like extreme situations, like situations that you're gonna do it once a year, twice a year,
Yeah.
3 times a year. That's why even any of the programs I schedule, you do a deload week. Look at Nick right now, right? He's casually running, just like kind of shift his focus more on work and just like enjoying the win.
Yeah, I think it almost broke a good habit that I had of walking. Maybe it didn't. It's only been a week or two.
You know what I think? I think the biggest benefit is, dude, you built that base of endurance though. Even though you might not have built that habit, you can go out like you did yesterday and do 6 miles, or you weren't doing that before.
No, I never.
Yeah, that's a big win. But I say it too because like even after the last episode we recorded, my week after that I had a deload week too, and dude, it's weird. Like I love those weeks, but I'm also so uncomfortable in those weeks. The difference for me is I had the deload week planned, and then the week after that planned as well. So like I knew, all right, I'm gonna enjoy the week, and then I'm right back into it. That's where it's a little different because you didn't have like that next event. or
Right,
that
I didn't
next
have
thing.
anything. Well, I got now. The reason I went for the run the other day was because I was bored, but also because we have that 10 miler.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The first week of August. So now I'm like, dude, you're not gonna be a total bum.
I'm locked in.
You're running it?
I'm running it.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I literally decided.
But you're
last
running
week.
it.
I'm running it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got a goal.
Yeah.
I got a lofty goal.
Nice. Do you care
And-
to share or no?
Yeah, I'll share. It's scary as hell. I'm gonna just give it my all. I want to try to see if I can keep up with Nick.
I was gonna say, where are you gonna?
Nick is trying to do a sub hour.
Mm-hmm.
That's around.
That's a hard spot to do an hour at.
That's a 6-minute pace.
I know, but that's a hard course to do an hour
Because
at.
it's on the beach, yeah. So it's like 7 miles on the. So
you
we're
got the
talking
winds,
about.
you got the sand.
Yeah, for context, we're talking about the Sea Isle City 10 miler. It's
We
called
got
the
a
Bill
little-
Gallagher 10 miler.
Whoever wants to hop in, we got a little squad going.
Yeah, we do.
We got
dude,
a Mano Wellness squad. So if you're listening and you want to do a 10 miler, like there's gonna be people at all paces. You're gonna see people going for an hour. I'll call it a team with our team, and then you're gonna see other people like just casually running it for fun and for to be able to do the event. So if you're interested in signing up, there's plenty of us out there. We'll probably go out
Yeah.
after and have a few, or if you want to, or have some apps at the bar. But definitely let us know. We'll all hop in together.
We got a team because I got tanks coming. I got shirts coming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude.
Let's go.
Well, we're due for new tanks anyway. The tanks that we have are more like beach tanks,
Yeah,
not
they
really
are.
workout tanks. So we're gonna get new tanks coming for
We got
that
workout
specifically.
tanks?
They're gonna be workout. They're gonna be like a hybrid of running and workout tanks. Cause the running jerseys that we have.
Yeah.
Those are specific for running.
Yeah.
We're gonna do just general like running and regular
Nice.
tanks.
Love it.
But so it's the Bill Gallagher's 10 miler in Seattle. Really cool because it's a 5:30 p.m. race.
You say cool in a good way. I don't. I'm
Unique. That's a better word.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't raced a race before, or done a run like this before, and the 5:30 p.m. actually turned me off a little bit.
It is a ton. It's very weird because
I don't like
you're
it.
kind of sitting there. I like it, and I like it because it's different. Trying to do a PR, absolutely not. I don't like it. But so the other thing with the race is, it's 10 miles. 7 miles is on the beach, 3 miles is on the promenade,
Is that
on the
the
cement.
split?
That's about what it is. But the running on the beach isn't actually that bad because it's the hard sand. It's the transition on and
Yeah,
off
to
the
get
beach.
there.
So
You would
that's
think they would have a platform. Nick said
no. That's what is gonna kill me, 100%.
Of course.
If it was like Broad Street, where it was just a straight 10 miles, I think I could do it. My PR it was a 104, 10 miles. So I'm excited because the boy's been getting a little quick. I am in all my endurance career, I have never been a fast runner, and I've just helped Nick run fast and let him put in that work.
Yeah.
And I was the slow and long guy, and to kind of start getting, I want to say, decently good at speed, it's been pretty fun. So, dude, what the reason I did it, I was like, bro, if I could do the half Ironman at a 6:27 pace, what could I do at 10, and what could I do all this in? And the biggest thing is I got when I was looking at my plan, my 20-week block, I have plenty of time, and all the training goes into
Let's
each other.
go.
So I was like, why not? We had so many, dude. We have like 8+ people now.
Yeah.
I think,
and
yo,
more after this episode.
I was talking to your mom about it. I think she might do it
She's
too.
hopping in.
I
It's
think
our
so.
first day down the shore.
Yeah.
It's our first day of our week.
That's why she, because I told her it was a 5:30
Yeah.
race too.
Oh, I haven't talked to her about it.
Yeah.
I should.
I'm telling you, we can get like 10 to 15 people, especially if anyone's listening to this wants to do it too.
Yeah.
The cool part is it's the good thing about the 5:30 is it's much more realistic for people to get to.
That's fair.
So, that's gonna be fun. But dude, that also going back to just your habit thing to kind of give you the benefit of the doubt too is bro, you're not signing up for that race without winning that challenge, in my opinion. I think that was a big motivator for you because you just realize that you can do that you can do that mileage, which means you can do it at pace now too.
Yeah, I can. I don't think I've ever ran 10 miles before in my life. Before that month, I think I
Yeah.
told you that. I said that was the longest. I think I ran like 10 the one day, and I said that's the longest I've ever run. And then I started stacking on top of that.
Yeah. So do you have
No
a specific
time.
goal?
No.
Have fun, finish, or leave it all out there?
Yeah, my goal was to just have fun and just run with the people who are with our crew, and just have a good time. And wherever I finish. And then your brother kind of called me a name and said, basically in the kindest words, like, you'd be a loser if you didn't try. So I don't know. Now I'm debating on what exactly to do.
All right, actually, I want to touch on that. This is a good little point because I think one of the reasons that I love doing races and I've done them back to back, no matter what sport it is because up to this point, this is my first ever race that I have like a legit pace goal. Every race before that, my goal was always just to give it my all,
And
cross
get
the
through it,
finish
yeah.
line with nothing left in the tank. What's so cool is it's a goal that's very kind of relaxing, because if your goal is just to leave it all out there just to make yourself proud, then like, all right, if it's a super hot day and your pace is terrible,
You
but
can
you
leave it
left
all
it all
out, yeah.
out there, you're still gonna
Yeah.
be so proud. I've been obsessed with that goal lately of just leaving it all out there.
Yeah, like my pace, I can even see from right now, like my pace is not setting the world on fire at all, even if I were to go like as fast as I can for the 10 miles. It's such a loser mentality, but then at the same point, it's like if I'm not setting the world on fire, so like what's the point? I don't know.
It's not, but that's going back to that. That's why I say it too, because dude, I think we were talking about this last episode of those like fist bump moments, make yourself proud, those kind of situations.
Yeah.
That's why when you just leave it all out there, you're guaranteed to make yourself proud.
True.
Because then no matter what,
You're not
like,
let
you
down.
look back and you're like, well, this was the situation I was dealt. I'm proud of the effort I put in. So that's the cool part. Then all metrics and stats go out the window. But the other cool part is usually when you leave it all out there, you end up outperforming anything that you
Right.
had.
I think preliminary thoughts, and it's not like a lofty goal by any means. I think I would be mad if I got over an hour and a half.
I don't know.
That would be 90 minutes, right?
Is that what it, yeah, no,
So
I'm thinking about
9
pace,
minutes.
though. 9-minute pace?
Right? Because it would be 90 times.
Oh, 10 miles. Yeah, I was thinking a half marathon. Jeez. Yeah.
I think I'd be mad.
I get it, but you just don't
But that
know
would be really good for me.
but you don't know the environment. So
I know.
you can't,
I know.
right? Like, dude, wait until that transition
I
on
know,
the
I
like
know.
I say that I have that goal of a sub 1 hour.
I know.
Bro, that transition is a brutal one. Brutal one.
Why are you doing that?
Because
I know. We'll see. And I don't,
you know why I'm doing it?
set expectations.
No, because I'm terrified of the goal I set.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing it. It's a good one though, but yeah, I'm excited for that. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, the other thing too is
I gotta look back at my numbers when I was running here on the beach, and see.
Your paces were.
Yeah, because I wasn't going all out, and I was trained way overtrained.
Yeah.
But it can give me like a relatively.
Also though, dude, it's in I think it's in like 6 weeks from now. At 5:30 p.m. We might
4
be good.
weeks.
4 weeks. We might be good on weather. We'll see. I think it might be cooler.
Yeah.
But the wind, you never know with the wind down here.
It's like hit or miss. This
hit or
thing.
miss, yeah. But
And you're getting it for half the run, no matter what.
yeah,
It's either with you or against you.
yeah. Tell them about the challenge, the new challenge you're doing now.
This is the
'Cause
thing.
You said you didn't pick up any habits, but you just picked up a new challenge.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I was thinking about this also this week. Is my life just sorry, Lar. Is my life just doing challenges from now on?
My life is doing races,
Yeah, it's true.
which is challenges. Life is a challenge, yes, but you're more physical challenges.
Yeah. 50-50.
No, it's not. Reason I say that, for me personally, my life isn't going to be racing. Actually, I can't say that, but I don't think my life will be racing because I'm very excited for...
Because we're getting farmer's thick after this.
Yeah, right? So it's a challenge, but it's not necessarily a racing
Right.
event. But is it not, like... Isn't part of the reason that you do them for that next thing to just
Yeah, it's
keep it
true.
going? So, like... I don't know, dude. It's
Always chasing something.
always chasing something, even in work and stuff. Like you probably set a goal before you hit the other one,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah, right now, whoever wants to join in can do this. You can pretty much do this anywhere. 50 I'm doing 50 pull-ups, 50 dips, 50 push-ups a day in a row. So hit all your 50 pull-ups, then hit all your 50 dips, then hit all your 50 push-ups. It doesn't take you long. Like it should take you like 21 minutes.
what did
And
it take you the first time?
Like 25 minutes, 24 minutes. The cooler part is the first time I got 12 pull-ups. I hit 19 today.
That's awesome. Let's
19
go.
pull-ups.
And
Isn't that
how many
crazy?
days? 13. I think
13
you said?
days, yeah.
That's insane.
Right?
And pull-ups are so hard.
Dude, now I got Al to join it. It's a
Yeah.
race of 25.
Wow.
So it might go over 30 days. It's whoever gets 25 first.
Well, if we think back to all the other daily challenges we've done, it goes over the goal.
Yeah.
Goes a little over the goal.
I'm getting to 25. How cool would it be to be able to do 20? Pull-ups are so hard.
That would be sick.
25 pull-ups would be sick.
You know who's doing 25 pull-ups?
Can you do 25 pull-ups?
The guys in Kuwait.
Yeah, Luke.
They're doing 50.
He can do the He used to do them and send
Muscle
us.
up?
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna. Yeah, dude, they're tough. I don't think I've ever done one.
Talk about a transition. Have you seen that kid? When he was skinny, like
No.
skinny.
Luke?
Yeah.
Like way back when?
Way back.
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Bro.
He's jacked. Dog.
He is a dog.
Yeah, but those guys work, dude. Bro, that's the. I always call I call it farmer strength, but it's military strength.
Yeah.
Like those PT sessions they have to do, and like the fitness tests they have to do, they're insane.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking him up a lot, and just because he's my friend, I got to bring him back down. That kid's a complete knucklehead. He's just.
Well, aren't they all?
He's just off the reservation. That
What?
kid.
I mean, these guys in the military, they're different breeds, dude. They got some up there.
Yeah, he's a breed. All right.
Look
I
at
just
all,
had to do that. He knows I love him. I just had to do that.
I'll take it to the next level though, because I haven't watched some of these videos on YouTube, but the Navy SEAL guys, like the Navy SEAL workouts, dude.
Bro, they're different.
Insane.
I'm getting chalk from the creatine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not good.
No.
I'll give you a little heaping scoop.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got
Love
our nightly cocktails.
Oh yeah.
I got you on it.
Yeah. Tell them what's in this, because it is
So
unbelievable.
we got different ones. Carson just had.
What'd you get?
I got my. Oh, I'm about to say.
Okay.
So I had this earlier. This, what I'm about to give you guys,
It's really good.
is essentially a hydration cheat code. I have 2 cocktails every single day. This is one of them. It is coconut water, watered down with regular water,
Mm-hmm.
magnesium, and the flavor is wild berry. I'll give him a shout out. I get first one magnesium, wild berry, and then creatine. Mix it up, throw some ice in there.
The wild
Bang.
berry with the coconut water.
It hits, dude.
For some reason, that
It
flavor
hits.
just like.
It hits. Now this would be a night one because you have magnesium in it. When I have mine during the day, I do coconut water, and a scoop of electrolytes, BPN electrolytes.
What are you cooking right now?
So I got magnesium, creatine, water, and kombucha.
Oh yeah. You like to
of
do
coconut
that.
water.
Yeah.
This is so good because this the kombucha flavor. It's the Synergy Trilogy, which is like it's the normal flavor, but it's like a berry flavor, so it's very similar to
You're a
mixed
berry
berry.
guy.
I love berries, dude.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh. I don't like strawberries.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
that's a hot take.
very hot.
I don't love strawberries.
Interesting.
If they're there, I'll eat them because I'll eat anything. I
Yeah.
love fruit. Not my first pick. I don't know why, but mixed berry bowl. I'll do this a lot when I'll buy blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries in bulk. Mix them all together in a bowl. Ah, dude, then you got mixed berries.
You got me thinking.
You literally got mixed berries.
Should we get those coconut acai bowls tomorrow? Maybe, just something to think about.
I mean, you just put it in the air. It's an absolute lock.
I know. I'm getting them.
The
Wait, do you
coconut
come
base.
with me or not? I'm coming.
We could also make them.
Didn't sound right. Yeah, we can.
We could make them. Oh, by the way, too. What time is it? No, I'm down.
It's
on
so
some fruit
late.
I'm down on some fruit after this.
After this?
Oh, dude.
Dude, I might be raw.
I'm gonna eat fruit and then rock.
Okay.
I'm at 3,800 calories. I gotta eat up. 3,800.
That's a lot of calories.
But so I'll
Active?
No, total. Active is 1,800. It was a hot run, dude.
Your active is my full day.
It was a hot run. I was heating up, but
Well, that makes me sad.
So the reason I said I want to touch on this too, the reason that this is a hydration cheat code, let me go back to the electrolyte one. So coconut water, electrolytes. You get the electrolytes, so the sodium and potassium, and then you also what the key with coconut water is you get a little bit of carbs. So like one serving, which is like 8 to 12 ounces, it's about like 10 to 15 grams of carbs, but you also get potassium. Coconut water is so rich in potassium, so it balances out your sodium and potassium levels. Remember I always say it's that 2-to-1?
Yeah.
So typically, like when you in most of the foods that you eat, it's gonna be higher in sodium. Very rarely are you gonna get potassium unless you're having like dates, coconut, all that kind of stuff.
I love me some dates.
So good. That's why it's a hydration cheat code, because then you're adding more potassium in. You got sodium. You got fantastic.
That's my nutritionist right
if you guys got a little headache, game changer.
That guy?
That guy will change you up. I'll also sometimes even do when I'm on the bike, like my intra fuel, during my workout, I'll have coconut water and water straight up. So good, dude.
You know what I was gonna ask you when we were talking about the race? It's kind of a stupid question, but we talked about either last episode or the one before, but it was last week or 2 weeks ago. Your transition from off the bike to the run, like your legs were just moving so fast because of the bike.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like a cheat code warm up for your runs?
I brought this up with Nick.
Like, would you ever bike before that run? And like, obviously it's a competition, so it works out a little bit differently. But like, say you're going to set like a time.
Bro, I literally said to Nick this past week, I said I might bike before the race.
And then like what? Because your transition from bike to run was, did you use the bathroom?
No.
So how long was it? Like 5 minutes?
Both were less than 5 minutes.
So like
the bike to run is quick. I think the bike to run was 3.5.
But if you bike to run in 10 minutes, like if you bike and then 10 minutes for the starting line to go,
your perception's still gonna be off, 100%. Yeah, that dude, I'm telling you, I literally said it to Nick, because I wouldn't do anything crazy. I would just do like even 5. Just do like
5 miles.
One straight sprint, get the perception messed up. 100%. I thought about it. 100%.
So not a dumb question.
The only difficult part is like, where am I going? I gotta make sure
I know
where
the
am I
bike.
putting my
Yeah.
bike. But
The logistics.
There's gonna be people there, but
it might
dude,
be a little bit of a cheat code.
I was really thinking about doing that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's weird because you got to think about, all right, well, how much energy loss are you gonna have for a very a significant effort like that? You need as much as you can get.
Yeah.
But just looking at the numbies, dude, for what I did,
You were flying.
yeah, bro. I said it on the pod. Like I didn't know. I was literally questioning my watch.
Yeah.
So I that's wild, because I was thinking about that.
Yeah. How could you not after like the performance you put out?
It's wild. It makes sense, but it makes no sense.
Wouldn't help me.
Well, the big piece to that is that's called a brick. Bike to a run. It's called a brick workout in triathlons. I've done them countless times, dude.
I'm excited for tomorrow.
Yeah, we got a good day tomorrow.
Just want to paddle.
We got a good day tomorrow. Carson's gonna join me on my swim.
But I ain't swimming.
Paddling.
I'm paddling.
And we'll hop back out there too.
Yeah.
What are you hitting tomorrow?
What am I hitting?
Yeah.
Your workout.
Oh, we got a little 9 a.m. session or
Yeah.
8 a.m. session. Those are goodies.
Is it gonna be like the ones at the office?
Yeah, we'll do a hybrid.
Nice.
So we'll I already actually wrote it out, but it's we'll do like I think I had 10 exercises in there, 2 stations. I think tomorrow I did 25 seconds on, 15 seconds off. I'm pretty sure.
Cool.
It would be a good one.
25 seconds off, 15 off. Nice.
Yeah. Quick guy. So any other walk thoughts you got lately? I love these riffing episodes, dude.
Nothing crazy. Like I said, I've been thinking about a lot of. I told you before the podcast started. I've been thinking a lot about the. We've talked about it so much, just like minoring in the small details. So we don't need to go in it anymore. But it's just obviously little details happen every day of our lives, right? Like every decision is a little detail. So it's for some reason it's lived pretty free in my head this week. It's just been front of mind. So it's kind of what I've been focusing on lately. Hopefully it makes me better. Just I was reading the book that we've been talking about, and Like it says, it talked about the British.
Tell them the book real quick.
The Atomic Habits. We talked about it on the pod.
What did you call it the first time?
No, you
was
called it.
Tom Habits?
No, you called it. I thought you said Tom Habits.
It was Tom Habits, though?
Yeah. I thought you said that, but you were saying Atomic Habits. You were just saying it fast.
But
oh,
fantastic book, so keep going.
Fantastic. But in the beginning, he talks about. I'm so quickly into the beginning of the book, or so far not that deep into the book. But quickly he talks about like this British cycling team and how they've been mediocre for so long.
Oh yeah.
And this new guy comes in to take over the program. And their athletes didn't get any better, but if he said if we're 1% better on the cleanliness of our bikes, the speed of this, the attire, if we're 1% better in like 15 different areas, it will compound into so many more things that we'll be better at, and it'll thus make our program better. And now they've been dominant for however long, and they went on like the most dominant stretch in cycling history. And like it just makes you think in your daily life, like if you just do the little things that don't even matter, that you think don't matter, but it turns out you string them all together, they can make a big difference. I'm not deep into the book. Like I said, I'm like 35 pages. Such a good read so far, though, so I'd recommend it, but we've talked about that for so long.
The first 50 pages, though, set the idea, which is so important. Did you see the 1% graph yet?
Yes.
Yeah, so
we're 1% better or 1% worse? It
was so 1% better every single day across
for
365 days. It was like 33%.
We'll make you 33% better. If you get 1% worse every day for 365 days, you'll pretty much be nothing.
It's insane, dude.
Yeah. You know what made me think? So an average person is just constantly in a battle.
Yeah.
Because the average person doesn't go down to nothing. I think the average person gets better for a week, worse for a week. Mm-hmm. Better for a day, worse for a day. I think the average person battles in that graph to stay linear. Whereas if you string the days together, you start the up trajectory.
Yeah, but the interesting part is it's the up trajectory, but it's not a linear up.
No,
either.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's but cool you could get stuck here.
Yeah.
You could get stuck
and
going that way.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But if you do catch that,
watch on Spotify video so you can see what we're doing.
You can see my hand motions. Interesting book, and I think it's cool. We've talked a lot about it, but just getting a new perspective from obviously someone who he says in the beginning of his book about what his motivation was for that and how he lived through it. So, yeah, interesting read.
While you're fresh reading that right now, I got a question on that about the 1%. Because I don't know if I don't think he talks about it, but when you think about getting 1% better, like, use yourself as an example. Like, what is that scale wise? Like, what is that? Is that 1% such a wide range, or do you have an idea of like what specifically you need to do within a day that you can look back on your day and be like, oh, that was 1%?
Yeah, I can tell you, I need to be 1% better in my daily habits, starting at home. So I need to be better at doing the dishes, better at the laundry, better at the little things that almost they're not routine and monotonous for me right now. I need to turn them into habits that just I do without thinking, because it'll free up my mind to do other things. But I'll get home and I'll be like, oh, I have to do the laundry, and then I push it off, and then I have to do the laundry. It's eating up mental space that if I just turned it into a habit to where it's just something I did and I was good at doing it repeatedly without thinking about it and letting it weigh on me, it would free up my mind for other things. So stuff around the house is point one. And Lauren, if she's listening to this, is like, thank fucking God he said that, because that dude is so lazy.
Don't do that to yourself. I don't know if this was in Atomic Habits, but it reminds me of the quote of how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Been thinking about that a lot lately. They kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah, 100%.
Because, like, my 1% is habits that are, like, monotonous stuff that, in the end of the day, like, isn't that big of a deal. But it goes to the point of how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Yeah. Have I ever brought up or mentioned the book, or do you know the book, Make Your Bed?
No.
So, such a good book.
There's
dude.
another habit
Dude,
that
so
I need to get better at. It's those type of little shit around the house.
Yeah, it's dude, it's a very short little read. It's actually a speech as well on YouTube. You can watch it instead. I believe it was from the University of Texas commencement speech from this Navy SEAL. Dude.
Oh, is that when he's wearing the all white?
Yeah.
Bro, I've seen that on my YouTube so many times I haven't watched it.
Watch it, dude. It's the summary of it is quite literally exactly what we're saying, that just the idea of making your bed is going to
look. It's not about
add up,
but it's not about the making your bed.
Yeah,
and it's not about me folding the clothes or me doing the dishes. Like, I do the dishes, right? They're not piled up in the sink for weeks. It's just like not every night, and it's not making your bed, and it's not doing the laundry every night. And that isn't the point of why I want to do them either. Like, yeah,
Right.
It's really not that big a deal.
It's
creating good habits, good routine.
Yeah, that's my thing with the dishes all the time is I don't do the dishes because I like them out. No one does.
Yeah, like, you could get them tomorrow.
But by doing the dishes, it's very clear, dude. The nights I do the dishes, which is most, I will then do my planner for the next day. If I don't, it doesn't lead into that next
Right.
positive habit, and I don't clean my room. I don't do my planner, my setup.
It's
not
what,
the dishes.
what comes after that.
And that same thing with the make your bed is, and dude, when I say make my bed, I literally just throw the covers back over.
Yeah.
But once I make the bed, then it goes into emptying the dishwasher. Then it goes to straightening up my room, getting the clothes up, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Then it just leads into, and then it creates a routine. So I've created a routine just from the fact of making my bed,
Right.
or created a nighttime routine of just the fact of doing the dishes. Ooh, should I write my own book instead of make your bed? It's do the dishes.
I feel like that would kind of be like a
It's the exact same thing,
I could see a lawsuit coming.
but just nighttime.
But it should what?
It's just nighttime. 'Cause
Oh,
it is
nighttime
morning.
habits.
Yeah.
Oh. Every yin has their yang.
And no, he's a Navy SEAL. I'm not even close.
That's true,
I
but
don't
it could
got
be
the
like-
credentials. He also had a really cool story behind it because he was talking about making his bed while he was in the barracks, and like they legit had to make their bed perfectly, or they would get punished. They would have to do like push-ups and stuff. So
We're getting into the minor habits again. But it always comes back to these.
we can talk about it 10 more times.
I know.
Because, at least for me, dude, so something that I've been really focused on as of lately is I love being an information sponge. I want to try to take in as much information as I can. But as of recently, I've kind of realized that's also a negative. Because now what I'm focusing on is being an information sponge, but narrow down the information that you're consuming. So, for example, when it comes to business, I have narrowed down the information of business that I'm consuming to Hormozy and a few others. When it comes to nutrition, I narrowed down who I get my nutrition information from. It's Huberman.
So you were getting better in a wide range of aspects across a lot of different things, but not specializing in anything.
It was more that I was getting so much information, but from so many different sources, so they were said differently. Where now,
And it wasn't necessarily contradicting it.
no,
but it
I was
wasn't
still
driving home
learning a
points,
lot.
yeah.
I was learning a lot, but now what I can do is, for example, for entrepreneurship with Hormozy, I can re-listen to the same ideas and actually
Hammer it home.
understand that idea, rather than what I was doing before is I was listening to Hormozy, then this entrepreneur, then this one. They're all talking about the same idea. I understood the idea, but I never implemented the concept
Right.
because like I didn't actually
Because you were just
learn
moving on
it.
to the next.
Yeah, exactly. So no, dude, I think trying to narrow it down that way, which what? You about to fall like me?
I think so.
We can talk about it 10 more times because for our listeners, if we're talking about micro habits or these tiny little things, it's going to be top of mind, and it's going to be something that they really could actually start making that change with.
Love it.
But yeah, dude, I love that.
That was a good rip.
I love the riffs.
That was
dude.
the old rip.
I love the riffs. Should we give him a little cliffhanger? That's loud, and I wouldn't do that.
You think that was loud?
100%.
You think that was loud?
Actually, no. Actually,
Not that bad.
no. The whole point of that bar is to not let it go above, so we're good. Give him cliffhanger. What we're talking about next.
I don't want
We don't want
to.
to. That's messed up. Episode 27 next.
Episode 27, you're going to have to listen to find out.
It's gonna be about nutrition.
Well, I guess you...
That was very broad, but it is gonna be on nutrition. So, episode 20.
An aspect of nutrition.
An aspect, one that you're gonna want to listen to.
I think so.
Sorry,
But you'll find out
next week.
next week on Mano Wellness. Go ahead. You go.
All right, I want to go, and then you finish it.
Okay.
Look at the new setup. I've been
I
saying
think
it all
this
along.
is the original, isn't it?
Was it the OG?
I think it is. I think we had that in the beginning.
It is. Remember the old
But
thumbnail?
we were back there.
We were back there. Remember the old thumbnail?
No.
Yeah, with it wasn't the cartoon. It was me and you looking at each other.
Yeah.
It was this in the
It was
background.
kind of cute.
I liked it. Well, this is the new one's different cute because
It
now
is,
you got
it is.
a cartoon cute. But we
Yeah.
were looking deep in each other's eyes.
Oh, yeah.
But go ahead. Now finish your Mano Wellness part.
What was your...
I want to shout out the setup that I just created.
Oh. Well, but we're going to be sponsored by Mano Wellness for this episode and the foreseeable future. So, shout out
First time.
ManoWellness.co, enhancing the human. Check out the website. Check out the app. Check out the corporate wellness. We're wrapping up the mobile fitness down the shore. Last one tomorrow, which will be the day before this episode airs. We'll check out the Instagram for the updates on that. And we will see you next week.
Join the CL 10 with us.
Join the CL 10. Any last words? Have a week.
Bang.